What is up? If there might be a noise, I'm downloading something on this PC. This might be the new Switch PC. New Windows. Okay, you can probably hear that. I don't know if you can. But we are back for the finale of the time you're watching this, guys. I'd be live for day 2 of Marathon Week, which would be crazy. But guys, I've been so busy today. Like, I've already recorded, I've edited 4 Minecraft videos, I have 4 ranking videos to do, other kind of real life videos, and of course 2 Reactcasts, including this one. So let's get these over done with, chat. Okay, let's go.
It's the creepy video that freaked
Our conspiracies
everyone out.
really exist.
I'm honestly just kind of scared.
The creature was captured back in June on a motion sensor camera outside a home
We're
in
reacting to
Utah,
everything.
Colorado. Definitely not human, wrote one mystified observer. Lots of people think it looked like Dobby, the beloved elf from the Harry Potter movies.
Dobby is free.
Another theory? It's a skinny kid wearing underwear on his head. It's a little creepy to be in the driveway after watching this video. We're here right now. Vivian Gomez owns the house where the video was shot. And this is Bobby, her 9-year-old son. He's about the same height as the creature in the video. So, could Bobby be Dobby? Bobby, was that you in the video?
No,
Are you sure?
I'm sure. Definitely.
He has an alibi, his mom. They say they were inside the house watching TV when the creature chicken danced down the driveway at 9 p.m. at night. Still, I was skeptical. You sure you don't dance with underwear on your head down the driveway at night?
I'm sure.
Our number one suspect is pointing the finger at his friend Montana, the proverbial girl next door.
She does it better.
No way it was me, says Montana. Who do you think it is?
Bobby with underwear on his head.
You think it's Bobby? There's only one way to settle this. I have some underwear to put on your head. Shall we?
Sure.
All right, let's see it. Here's Bobby doing the chicken dance on a night vision camera. And here he is, side by side with the creature.
Yeah, that's not.
So, was it Bobby? Bobby, what do you say?
I am not the one in the video.
It looks way different.
American 11, are you trying to call?
The cockpit is not
I just remember this,
answering
not
the
the
phone.
phone.
Our number 1 has been staffed and our 5 has been staffed.
I am going to call from Washington. I am in a situation with American 11, a possible hijack.
What's going on, Betty? It happens erratic again. Problems very erratic. Betty, talk to me. Betty, are you there? Betty? Betty?
The plane just what? It's 737?
What?
I can't believe that we recorded
talking to?
this
Oh,
2 months
God.
ago, nearly
Oh my
3.
God.
United 175, New York. We have some problems over here right now. We might have a hijack over here, 2 of them. Joe, this is Ryan. Listen, on an airplane that's been hijacked. If things don't go well, I'm going to do this. I just want you to know I absolutely love you. I want you to do good. So happy to time. Thanks to my parents and everybody. And I just totally love you. And I'll really get
This is the finale of this conspiracy theories, by the way, guys. No more. I said up to 20, so this is 20.
What are those people going to do? All the elevators are blocked out.
Oh my God. So both towers are now.
Okay, I got an aircraft 6 miles east of the White House.
Hello?
Crystal City, just north of Crystal City.
Just to the north of your town.
Yeah, stop all the parkers.
Pentagon just got hit. Don't put me in that. God damn, I can't even protect my NCA. United 93, that traffic through is 1 o'clock, 12 miles eastbound 370. Negative contact, we're looking United 93. United 93, Cleveland, if you hear the center right then. They got that pitch, keep remaining steady. You have the ball, boys.
That would be. Look, I know, of course, the people in the band, but imagine the people in the communities knowing that they're probably gonna die.
Hi, baby. I'm Baby, you have to listen to me carefully. I'm on a plane that's been hijacked. I'm on the plane. I'm calling from the plane. I want to tell you I love you. Please tell my children that I love them very much. And I'm so sorry, babe. I hope to be able to see your face again, baby. I love you. Bye.
We're 56865. We have, I believe it is a Boeing 757. Can you see him up there, sir?
That's confirmed. It looks like he's rocking his wings.
Roger.
He's rocking back and forth.
We're 56865. I advise you stay away from that aircraft. Go north as fast as you can.
United 93. Have you got information on that yet?
Yeah, he's down.
He's down?
The chances of it being 9/11, like
He did not land.
9/11.
Oh, he's down?
Yeah, somewhere up northeast of Camp David.
Sean, it's me. I just want to let you know I love you, and I'm stuck in this building in New York. There's lots of smoke, and I just wanted you to know that I love you always.
Number 2,
They probably didn't survive.
Maybe the students in the talking. We're not ready to die, but it's getting bad.
Well, that's the end there.
I'm on the 83rd floor. I'm gonna die, aren't I? No. I'm gonna die.
Ma'am, say your prayers. We're going to think positive because you got to help each other get off the floor. Now,
dying.
A moment of silence, everybody.
Mobile marketer, your boss thinks you're wasting money.
Yeah, YouTube, of
Prove 'em
course
wrong
you
with
could do
AppsFlyer.
something. After something like YouTube, are you kidding?
In 1957, an advertising executive from New Jersey announced that he had convinced moviegoers at a local theater to buy more popcorn using subliminal messaging. He claimed that 45,000 moviegoers were exposed to flashes of the words "eat popcorn" and "drink Coca-Cola" on screen during a movie, with the words appearing and disappearing so quickly that viewers weren't even aware they were there. And as a result, popcorn sales increased an average of 57.5%, and Coke sales increased 18.1%. He got a lot of attention for this supposedly scientific test because those numbers are huge. It was every advertiser's perfect fantasy and every consumer's worst nightmare. The idea that we could be constantly influenced by messages we don't even realize we're getting freaked people out. Except the whole thing was a hoax. It turned out that there hadn't been an increase in popcorn or Coke sales at the theater in question. And according to the theater manager, there hadn't been an experiment at all. But that hasn't stopped us from believing in the power of subliminal messages. Surveys from 1983, 1994, and 2004 show that about 3/4 of people who are familiar with subliminal messaging believe that companies use it. And a majority of those people think that it works. Thankfully, research does not agree. Subliminal perception is for sure a thing. We definitely can react to a stimulus even when we can't consciously perceive it, which is different from superliminal perception, things that we do consciously perceive even if we don't pay direct attention to them, like product placement. The line in between those two is known as the subjective threshold. Then below that, there's the objective threshold, the level at which we don't perceive or react to the thing. Subliminal perception research dates back to a book published in 1898, when a psychologist was looking to confirm the idea of a so-called sub-waking self. In a few experiments, he asked about 24 participants to read numbers or letters on cards, but he held the cards so far away that they could only see a blur or small dot. When forced to choose, participants could usually distinguish between numbers and letters. They got it right about 2/3 of the time, and they actually did better than chance at guessing exactly what was on each card, all of which suggested that they were perceiving the images on some level, even though they thought they were just guessing. A 1951 study in the journal Psychological Review found even clearer evidence by conditioning people to associate certain nonsense words with an electric shock. Later, when the words were shown to them too briefly to be consciously seen, the researchers measured greater electrodermal activity for words associated with the shock. That's a slight change in how well skin conducts electricity, which is associated with sweating. In other words, even though subjects believed they hadn't seen anything, their bodies still anticipated the jolt. So we know subliminal perception is real, but subliminal advertising doesn't really work. Researchers have done plenty of studies, but no one seems to be able to show any real change in consumer behavior in response to subliminal ads. For instance, a 1975 study in the journal Perceptual and Motor Skills flashed the words Hershey's chocolate over a movie, but the researchers found that none of the 33 subjects given the message bought Hershey's in the 10 days after the exposure. There's one exception though. A subliminal message can sort of work, but only if you're already motivated to follow it. A 2002 study of 81 undergraduates found that they did drink more water when subliminally primed with words like dry and thirsty, but if, and only if, they were already thirsty. If they weren't, the hidden messages didn't do anything. In a follow-up experiment in the same study, 35 undergraduates were asked to pick between sports drinks described as thirst-quenching or electrolyte-restoring. They were only more likely to prefer the thirst-quenching drink if they were subliminally primed with thirst-related words and were already thirsty. So subliminal messages aren't going to make you do things you don't want to, but they might nudge you gently in a direction you're already headed. It makes sense that subliminal messaging wouldn't drastically impact your behavior. The message is so subtle that it only has a subtle effect. Which is good, because subliminal advertising isn't technically illegal in the US. While Australia and the UK have laws against it, the US doesn't forbid advertisers or networks from using it. That said, a 1979 Supreme Court case ruled that it isn't protected by the First Amendment, and the Federal Communications Commission's official stance is that it's misleading and shouldn't be used. And they reserve the right to yank the broadcasting license of anyone who does. So nobody likes subliminal advertising, there just hasn't been that much effort put into stopping it. Probably because in the end, it isn't that useful. Advertisers don't really care about sneakily targeting people who are already motivated to buy their stuff. They'd rather invest in snagging new customers. Thanks for watching this episode of SciShow Psych. If you want to learn about ways your mind can actually be hacked into buying things, check out our episode on how restaurants trick you into spending.
What restaurants? Restaurants actually trick you into spending.
But this is the first time since 1948 that a president has made an official visit to Dallas.
Oh yeah.
Here comes the big jet air. Here's a cheer going up now as a big jet lands with the United States of America on it. It's a beautiful ship, a 707. U.S. Air Force One. There it is. The President of the United States seal on the nose. And here comes the President of the United States. There's no trouble at all spotting Mrs. Kennedy with a bright pink dress, a wool dress, pillbox type hat. Clear blue sky and a warm sun. Beautiful day now. Just a beautiful day. Boy, this is something. The press is standing up high, getting a lot of shots of this. He's broken away from his plan and gone right up to the fence to shake hands with people. This is great for the people and makes the eggshells even thinner for the Secret Service, whose job it is to guard the man. And the motorcade begins to move out. The President and the First Lady sitting in the back seat.
There was two shots.
As we said, the top is down. They are not using the bubble, so it'll be an open limousine parade. Immediately following the presidential limousine, a car loaded with Secret Servicemen. It is our understanding that the motorcade will be moving slowly enough so that everyone along the route will have a good look at the chief executive. Thousands will be on hand for that motorcade now, which will be downtown Dallas. The president and his wife and party are going to be visible all through Dallas. And here comes Jackie waving by, and Mr. Kennedy radiant in that pink outfit. Bob Huffaker is ready to come in from that point. What's happening down there, Robert?
The scene is gay down here with red, white, and blue bunting hanging all over Main Street. The Dallas Police Department working with a fully augmented force to dispel any fear that unfortunate incidents.
We should react something like some patties. Maybe next Reactcast.
President's car is now turning onto Elm Street, and it will be only a matter of minutes
The
before
thing
he
is, why
arrives at
didn't
the
he have
street
cover? Like, this might not be the suspect. It's still cool.
And very often you'll find a zipper hidden in the arm.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You'll excuse the fact that I'm out of breath, but about 10 or 15 minutes ago, a tragic thing, from all indications at this point, has happened in the city of Dallas. Let me quote to you this. And you'll excuse me if I am out of breath. A bulletin. This is from the United Press, from Dallas. President Kennedy and Governor John Connally have been cut down by assassins' bullets in downtown Dallas. They were riding in an open automobile when the shots were fired. The president, his limp body carried in the arms of his wife, Jacqueline, has rushed to Parkland Hospital.
President's wife, Jackie Kennedy, was not hurt. She walked into the hospital at her husband's stretcher side. That Governor Connally was shot in the upper left chest, and the first unconfirmed reports say the president was hit in the head. That's an unconfirmed report that the president was hit in the head.
Senator Ralph Yarborough burst into tears just a few moments ago. Senator Yarborough said, "I saw a Secret Service man sitting on the rear of the presidential car
It's shocking
and pounding the car with his hands in despair, anguish, and pain. I knew something horrible had happened."
Watch it being funny.
At Booking.com, finding perfect isn't all that difficult. Beachfront property, no problem. Kitchen.
Oh no. Area 51.
If you happened to wander into the Nevada desert and stumbled upon the secret U.S. military base, Area 51, you'd quickly be arrested, killed, or maybe even abducted by aliens.
Okay, buddy.
But what if you happened to organize 1 million other people through social media to storm Area 51? I mean, they can't stop us all, right? Or can they? And if you did manage to get into the base, what would you see? This is What If, and here's what would happen if 1 million people stormed Area 51. If you haven't heard of it before, Area 51 is a highly classified U.S. military base. It's heavily rumored to have secret military technology, and perhaps aliens. For decades, it's been the source of conspiracy theories, but now you want to see if any of those theories are true. How do you get to Area 51? It's off limits to visitors, so it may not be on your GPS. But there are online guides that you'll need to use. The closest airport is in Las Vegas. From there, you'll have to rent a car and drive through the southern Nevada desert for several hours. Keep in mind that there are going to be 1 million other people doing the same thing as you. If you think traffic in your city is bad, just wait till you see this. Nevada's most populated city, Las Vegas, has less than 800,000 people living in it. In fact, the entire state of Nevada only has about 3 million people. Adding another million people all at once would seriously damage Nevada's infrastructure. The roads to get to Area 51 aren't an 8-lane highway. Instead, they're small 2-lane roads and dirt trails. If 1 million people decided to do this, they may not even make it to the military base. Instead, they may get stuck in traffic or get into an accident. So much for seeing any aliens. But let's imagine that everyone somehow makes it to the front gates of the base. Now 1 million people are ready to storm Area 51. What happens next? Well, you and your friends are peaceful people, so you wouldn't be carrying any guns. You're just simply running into the base. As soon as you crossed the Area 51 borders, you'd quickly be met by the base's private security. These people, also known as camo dudes, have weapons in hand and patrol the base 24/7 in white pickup trucks. You wouldn't be able to sneak up on any of these guys as they'd surely know you're coming. And it wouldn't just be the private security trying to stop you. With an event this big, the whole world would surely know, and it would be impossible to keep it a secret. Area 51 is a detachment of Edwards Air Force Base, which is located in Southern California. Thousands of active military members are stationed at Edwards. You could expect to see them, along with thousands of other armed soldiers and police members. They'd have their guns, tasers, tanks, and who knows what else. The armed forces would try to keep casualties at a minimum, but they'd still be hitting everyone with pepper spray and other non-lethal weapons. They'd still be determined to keep what's inside Area 51 a secret. So most likely, the camo dudes and their military counterparts would open fire on the crowds. And they're authorized to use deadly force, so don't be surprised if they started firing bullets. If you're lucky enough not to get shot or pepper sprayed, you'd get arrested. But what if you somehow managed to sneak past all the guards? Well, despite this, you still wouldn't be at the actual Area 51 base. At least not yet. You'd have to find it. That's because the original Area 51 base occupies a space of 150 square kilometers, but the property surrounding it is 1,600 square kilometers. It's reported that the base is discreet, with blacked-out windows and hardly any visible lights from the outside. You could be walking around for hours before you found it. But once you reached Area 51, what would you see? Well, we're not really sure what's there, which is what makes this so exciting. Crazy military technology, UFOs, or even aliens could be lurking about. Proceed with caution though, as some suspect that the base is heavily polluted from decades of government experiments. If that's true, just being in the base without proper equipment could result in you getting sick or dying. So, storming Area 51 probably isn't a good idea. It would most likely result with you getting sick or arrested or dying. Sorry, you won't be getting a baby alien as a souvenir gift. The only way you'll probably be able to see aliens is if they come to us. But that's a story for another What If.
What if aliens arrive tomorrow? What would actually happen? I don't know.
She was the People's Princess. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be learning more about the life of Princess Diana. Diana Frances Spencer was born July 1st, 1961 in Sandringham, Norfolk. Her aristocratic family had close ties with Britain's royal family for centuries, and included illustrious members like Sir Winston Churchill. At age 7, Diana went to live with her father after her parents' divorce. She attended first-class schools, and while she was not considered an exceptional student, the shy Diana did excel in pursuits like music, dancing, and swimming. In 1975, her father became the Earl Spencer, which meant Diana earned the title Lady. 2 years later, Lady Di met Charles, Prince of Wales, while he was dating her older sister, Sarah. By the end of the 1970s, Diana was living in London, where she fostered her love of children as a nanny and teacher. It wasn't long before her acquaintance with Prince Charles grew into more, and the two began a courtship despite their 13-year age difference. After 6 months of dating, Charles and Diana announced their engagement on February 24, 1981. The world became enamored with the couple, and since Charles was next in line to the British throne, the media was fascinated. Approximately 750 million people gathered around their televisions on July 29, 1981 to watch this fairy tale wedding at St. Paul's Cathedral, and it was even marked as a national holiday in the United Kingdom. Diana wore a spectacular dress with a 25-foot train, which marked the beginning of her reign as a style icon. A few months after the wedding, the prince and princess announced Diana's first pregnancy. Prince William was born in June the next year, followed by Prince Harry in September 1984. By all accounts, Diana was an available and loving mother to her boys. However, even then, she struggled with the scrutiny and responsibilities associated with her post. It was later revealed that she suffered from bulimia and depression during this time and had contemplated suicide. She turned to charity work as a means to cope and frequently visited sick children as well as AIDS and leprosy patients. In fact, Diana was the first celebrity photographed touching an HIV-infected person. Unfortunately, as the 1980s progressed, Diana and Charles privately drifted apart. In mid-1992, news of affairs on both sides of the marriage was splashed across the tabloids, and British Prime Minister John Major announced their separation that December.
It is announced from Buckingham Palace that, with regret, the Prince and Princess of Wales have decided to separate. Their Royal Highnesses have no plans to divorce, and their constitutional positions are unaffected.
More lurid details of the royal couple's extramarital romances surfaced over the next few years, until the couple finally divorced on August 28, 1996. Diana continued lending her support and celebrity to charities, including the International Campaign to Ban Landmines, which won a Nobel Peace Prize in 1997. Diana also had high-profile relationships following her divorce, though she mostly protected these from media attention. By mid-1997, she was dating Egyptian film producer Dodi Fayed. It was with him that she traveled to Paris in August 1997. As the couple attempted to thwart paparazzi, they were chased through the city's streets at high speeds. Unfortunately, just after midnight on August 31st, 1997, the car's driver, Ari Paul, lost control and they crashed in the Ponte Lama tunnel at approximately 65 miles per hour. Since none of the occupants were wearing seatbelts, the driver and Fayed were killed instantly. Diana survived the crash, but succumbed to her injuries in hospital hours later.
Stephen, I have to interrupt there because within the last few moments, the Press Association in Britain, citing unnamed British sources, has reported that Diana, Princess of Wales, has died.
Diana's death elicited outpourings of grief worldwide. It also prompted numerous conspiracy theories and false rumors. Though an official investigation blamed the crash on the driver's reckless speed and high blood alcohol level, there was intense speculation that it was not an accident. The most outrageous theories contended she was assassinated by the royal family due to her relationship with Fayed, which was a hypothesis supported by Fayed's own father. Diana's funeral was televised from Westminster Abbey on September 6th, and millions tuned in across the world to say their final goodbyes. Despite her tragic end, Princess Diana is remembered for her philanthropy, humanitarianism, style, and grace. By growing from a shy girl into a confident advocate, she will always be remembered as the Princess of Hearts.
That's actually cute. That was actually cute.
We can't afford Imagine, so just imagine.
Okay, yeah,
this
is the one that we're going to be doing a wee bit skipping a bit of it, so I remember that one.
Unless...
One more time, just let me go crazy. Oh my god, it's not about a chicken.
Unless, that is, reality has been hit by, it's been struck by, a smooth criminal.
You've been hit by a smooth criminal.
I'm a buffer fish.
Well, even out where we live, we can get broadband that we can trust.
Number 3. Christopher Reeves. Misremembered names are a frequent Mandela effect. Just look at the host of The Twilight Zone, Rod Serling. Sorry, we mean Serling. Dang it. But not even being a Man of Steel makes you immune to these mistakes. Superman actor Christopher Reeve is often mistakenly referred to as Christopher Reeves.
Okay, why don't we start with you? You're,
Christopher Reeves.
Okay, Chris.
Reeves is generally a more common surname, and people do frequently refer to a Superman as Christopher Reeves Superman.
Is that how a warped brain like yours gets its kicks?
Fellow Superman actor George Reeves probably didn't help the confusion. But unless someone somehow took the man's last name up, and away from this reality, it's probably just a misremembered name.
Everyone stand back, please. Stand back. It's all right. Nothing to get worried about.
Number 2. Sally Field's Oscar speech. Sally Field is a storied actress who's won many awards.
I can fix you some breakfast if you like. After that, you got to go.
However, her acceptance speech for Best Actress for Places in the Heart is particularly memorable. Field famously said, "You like me, you really like me." Or at least that's what everyone remembers, including the dozens of movies and TV shows that parody the moment. But in the real speech, Field actually says, "And I can't deny the fact that you like me. Right now, you like me." It's likely that people who misquote it are just condensing the speech, but it seems uncanny that everyone seems to have gotten it wrong.
You love me! You really love me!
Field's brother Rick is a physicist at CERN, which of course has Mandela Effect conspiracists abuzz, given the Large Hadron Collider's relation to many theories about the phenomenon.
You like me! You really like me!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. John Lennon's Imagine suit. After the dissolution of the Beatles, John Lennon put out some incredible hits on his own. One of these was the song Imagine, which also
Imagine when you're not here in the backseat.
Many people remember Lennon wearing a white suit in the film, but going back to the movie now shows Lennon wearing a black suit with little crosses on it. It's easy to see why there might be confusion. After all, the house in the video is white, and Yoko Ono is wearing white. So why wouldn't Lennon be wearing white too?
On the bright side, our sparse white living room looks like the John Lennon Yoko Ono Imagine living room.
Or maybe people are remembering his wardrobe from the Abbey Road album cover. Then again, what if reality has changed? Imagine. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Watch Mojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.
I'm subscribed.
This is Debbie's nightmare. Losing track of invoices has led to an unexpected visit from her suppliers. But this is merely a figment of her unwoken imagination. With Intuit QuickBooks, Debbie can see her finances in real time, so there's no surprises.
How you guys go? Now, you wanna know? I saw something.
Perhaps 50 years
Neil
from
A.
now,
Armstrong,
when
right?
people think of the past, they will look
A
at the
and
pictures
Neil
from last
backwards is
night.
alien.
But without waiting that long, here is a shortened and edited version of last night's romantic and technical history. Second over. Listen, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed. Roger, Tranquility. We copy you on the ground. You got a bunch of guys about to turn blue. We're breathing again. Thanks a lot. They got the flag up now. You can see the stars and stripes. I just can't tell you how proud we all are of what for every American, this has to be the proudest day of our lives. And for people all over the world, I am sure they too join with us in recognizing what an immense feat this is.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here. And
You know what I'm watching all that. I've been here like 40 minutes or something.
Which was a hidden technology, and it was not for the general public. Says the same thing. The fact that we have stories that are not just similar but identical leads me to think that perhaps these ancient cultures were visited by the same extraterrestrials.
Woohoo!
mainstream academics consider the stories of these lost civilizations and their destruction to be mythological. The recent discovery of vast sunken landmasses, such as Doggerland, located just east of the British Isles in 2012, and Zealandia, found near New Zealand in 2017, may offer proof that a catastrophic water event did, in fact, change the face of the Earth.
The Earth!
So here we have authentic legends of lost lands that were destroyed in cataclysms. Mainstream historians, still pretty much reject this, feel that it's all myths. But it would seem, really, that all kinds of civilizations could have come and gone on our planet. We know that there are over 200 known submerged cities in the Mediterranean. There's just so much on our planet that we have yet to find out.
In the Native American indigenous teaching, there are cycles of destruction and rebirth. The interesting part is that this is parallel to other great The sons of God came down to earth, and they were teaching the humans evil ways, and God decided to intervene and brought this great flood. In the story of Gilgamesh, the Sumerian legend, the Council of Gods brought the flood. The Inca god Viracocha created the Great Flood. So all of these traditions correspond directly with the Hopi Four Worlds tradition about previous civilizations destroyed by the gods. The story is always the same. This speaks to the idea of extraterrestrial intervention in human affairs.
I believe there are ancient civilizations that some people refuse to write about. But ancient civilizations are coming to surface because the time has come to tell the truth about human origin.
Could it be that Native American stories of star people and of lost civilizations so closely resembles other ancient traditions from around the globe because they all encountered the same otherworldly visitors? Ancient astronaut theorists say yes, and suggest the Native Americans' knowledge of star people comes not only from the distant past, but from the extraterrestrial activity that occurs over native lands, even today.
Wow! Oh my god! Conspiracy theories are over, guys! I don't know, all these conspiracy theories have gotten to my head, guys. Do conspiracies really exist? What are they doing here, guys? Next week, we are back to the original. We've only got 10 Reactcasts left before Season 2 comes to our crashing finale. Season 2's been so fun. It's way better than Season 1 that had, 9 episodes. But, guys, this is so crazy! Guys, if you did enjoy, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Marvin Week is on Easter 9th of April to the 16th of April, guys. Do not miss out. A week live. It's going to be a week to remember. I will not be contacting. Well, probably will. I'll be live probably in about 2 hours, probably, the time this ends, for day 2 of Marvin Week. Well, I'll actually be live right now. It'll be like the next stream if you are waking up and saying hi, guys. So, guys, thanks for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Yee.